Hey guys, I'm Tiffany Smith.
And I'm Jason Inman. Today we're sitting down with Teddy Sears, who plays the biggest new character on The Flash Season 2, Jay Garrick.
And while we practice our wind sprints, you guys get ready for DC All Access.
Run, Tiffany, run!
Teen Titans fans, rejoice because DC launches its brand new title, Titans Hunt, this week. In the book, a young girl named Lilith has visions of a Titans team the world never knew, with a roster including Dick Grayson, Donna Troy, Roy Harper, and an Atlantean named Garth. Only Lilith can warn the team about the evil coming after them. So pick up your copy to learn the secret history of the Teen Titans.
An invasion plan is front and center in Martian Manhunter as the moon Phobos falls into Earth's orbit. Issue number 5 hits shelves tomorrow, and we've got writer Rob Williams here to decode his alien odyssey.
So what I wanted to do was create new characters, which were all different sides of him, different voices of him. And I really wanted to embrace the fact that he's an alien. He's not just some big green muscled guy that, who's a different version of Superman. We all know he's a shapeshifter and he can have a human alter ego. That's what has been done in the past. But in our story has now been revealed in the issues. He has split himself off into different characters. And part of that is he did that to protect the human race because he wanted to, he knows he's a weapon, he knows the Martians need him to complete their plan to take over the world. So if he splits himself up into different aspects, then there's more of him to track down, basically. But also, that allowed us to do different storytelling approaches. So one story is more noirish and more crime-based.
In the style of his personality, or that section.
In order to do that, it felt like it gave a book energy to have different storytelling approaches, different characters. And we also, through all of them, we see different sides of John Johns, and we see conflict as well, because, we're all conflicted every single day of our lives. No one's I know exactly where I'm going. There's all different voices. So you see these different storytelling voices as well.
And finally, fan favorite writer Gail Simone makes her Vertigo debut with her brand new title, Clean Room. Gail is here to give us a private tour inside the Dark New series.
Clean Room is a book that I've been dying to do now for quite a few years. It's finally all coming together. It's going to come out in October. There's 2 lead characters in this series, and the first lead character, Astrid, she's a woman who has a self-help organization, so she's a motivational speaker, and she has full staff and everything, and she's like a very powerful woman, and she has this beautiful, swanky office in Chicago with everything you can ever imagine in a modern office building, but way, way below the office building, underground, there's a hermetically sealed room called the Clean Room. And if you end up in the Clean Room with Astrid, she owns you forever. She knows all your secrets. You do not come out of there the same if you come out of it at all. And then our secondary characters, Chloe, is a journalist whose boyfriend got really obsessed with Astrid's self-help books and things, and Chloe came home to their apartment one night, and he had blown his brains out, and her book was laying on the countertop. And so she decides that she's going to find out what is going on with Astrid, and so Astrid knows that Chloe's the only one who has the potential to take her down because Chloe feels she has nothing to lose at this point.
Speedsters are multiplying like rabbits in the 2nd season of The Flash, and Teddy Sears, the man bringing Jay Garrick to life, is here to tell us about Barry and Jay's race to stop the dangerous Zoom.
Episode 2 is really when Jay begins to explain to the folks at Star Labs exactly what he's doing here on Earth 1. And essentially he needs Barry's help to defeat Zoom. Zoom being the sort of arch threat to the people of Earth 2. So he's his nemesis, and he's a guy that he wants to see taken down. But he can't do it. He can't do it anymore because in episode 2 we learn that Zoom has stolen Jay's speed. We see sort of the beginnings of Zoom's plan, which is to send over some metahumans to defeat Barry. And what's really cool is what begins to happen between Jay and Barry is sort of a mentor-mentee, speedster to speedster. So Jay begins to teach Barry some things that he's capable of doing, things that can help him beat these metahumans and ultimately defeat Zoom. In the beginning of episode 3, we learned that there are 52 breaches. It's not just one breach that Zoom is accessing to send over these.
Boy, I wonder why that number.
Yeah, 52. Right. They probably plucked it out of thin air. 52 breaches, the biggest one being right there in Star Labs. So the team gets to work on trying to figure out how to use the breaches for their benefit. For example, instead of things just going from Earth 2 to Earth 1, how can we send things from Earth 1 to Earth 2? So Jay and Caitlin begin work on the speed cannon.
Speed cannon.
Yeah. They spend time in a lab working on the speed cannon, and they actually begin to get to know each other a little bit better, building on that chemistry we saw in episode 2.
So we saw a little bit of Earth 2 at the end of the second episode. Well, we get to see a lot more of Earth 2. You know, Jay Garrick's home world.
Yeah, we are. We're going to get to see a little bit more of Earth 2. I know that's been an ongoing discussion as sort of how much, but the idea of 2 parallel Earths happening simultaneously, you imagine that on one Earth they've maybe perfected some things that they haven't on Earth 2 and vice versa. But yeah, my hope is that we get to spend a lot of time there, and I don't know, we'll just have to see.
In celebration of Dark Knight 3, The Master Race launching next month, we've got a Frank Miller Superman statue from DC Collectibles to give away to one of you.
For your chance to win, click subscribe and let us know in the comments what's your favorite moment in the Dark Knight book so far. Plus, don't forget to include the phrase, My DCAA entry.
That's it for this episode, but don't forget to tune into The Flash. Tonight, Captain Cold makes episode 3 a family affair, and trust me, you're not going to want to miss it.
Michael Ironside shows up as well. And if you want more DC All Access, make sure you click some of those videos over there and click on the big red button to subscribe.
And if you want us to love you even more, then click right here.
Right here.
On our heart.
On mine.